In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Kai Sotto and see if he is actually an NBA type talent of a player. There's a lot of people saying that he should go into the NBA draft this year or next year, so let's really get down. Let's break down Kai Sotto's game to see if he's actually at the NBA level right now. Let's check him out. Okay, so coming off of this screen and roll, when he's attacking the basket, he gets a very nice pass sent to him, and he's able to finish with his right hand on the right side. We have to remember that Kai Sotto is actually a left-handed player. So by being able to finish at least around the rim with both hands is actually beneficial. Now, while in this clip he did bank in a three-point shot, he has been hitting a few of them in the NBL, and as I was saying, he is a left-handed shooter, but he can finish in the mid-range and close to the basket with both hands. He's also a very skilled low-post player. Here, he's using a quick spin move to be able to finish with a right-handed baby hook. Fantastic shot, Kai Sotto. See, you don't need anything special really in the low post. You just need simple quick moves, and here he takes that quick jab towards that middle of the key. Take that dribble, spin off, and if you can do that quick enough, then you can get those baby hooks off. And as I was mentioning, he can hit these three-point shots, as we can see here. He was actually the tallest player ever to hit a three-point shot in the NBL. One thing that I'm really happy with seeing is that he's learning how to be more physical in the NBL. We have to remember it's a very physical league. But again, very simple moves. Keep your dribbles to only one. We can actually see the reason why right here. And that is, if we rewind, and when he takes that dribble, that defender came down to try to help in double team, because of course when you're 7'3" or 7'4", you're going to have mismatches, you're going to draw double teams. You need to only keep to one dribble so that you can get these shots off, or else this guy would be hacking away and stealing the ball from you. He's also able to use his footwork to be able to get to the basket much faster and much easier. Here he's able to finish with the right hand with contact. So he comes off of this screen and he attacks that basket. He notices that this player is trying to force him towards that left side, and personally I would have just taken it and finished with my left hand because of my if I was 7'4" or 3, my height would just definitely say, well, I'm just going to finish with my left hand. But he's able to spin off because that is the top foot of that defender. He spins off and he's able to keep that ball at chest height so that it's very hard for players to try to smack away, and he's able to finish with that right hand. That's actually a very good move to do, and he was able to score off of that as well. He's also able to read the play really well as well, and that is because he is able to cut baseline when his defender is unable to watch him. So what I mean by that is, coming off of what's happening over here, the help side defender is, of course, Kai Sotto's man. His man comes off to try to protect the key essentially so that there's no middle lane drives down towards the basket. Well, Kai Sotto's able to read this because his man's eyes leaves Kai Sotto. As soon as that happens and you're playing in the Russian spot, which is right there, and if you're playing in that spot, you need to really watch your defender's eyes, because now if his eyes are not paying attention to you, you can find an open area of the court which can get you open for quick, easy shots. Here it's a shot fake with a baby right-handed hook. And this is exactly why right here I say that every single player needs to be able to shoot three-point shots. And that is, it draws that defender up and it creates lanes for you to drive down. So when Kai Sotto comes off of this screen and roll, he's at the point. He's looking at the rim. There is literally nobody playing help defense along the corners, and his man is giving him space at this point in time. So he starts to draw up for a three. Well, this gets his man out because he's a three-point shooter. Kai Sotto is a 7'3" or a 7'4" three-point shooter. And if you are knowing that you can hit those threes, you're going to be drawing that man up. And if you can do a shot fake, which can get him off the ground as we see here, notice how his man is facing that way. Kai Sotto goes the opposite direction as to where that defender is facing on the closeout. That is because now he's attacking that top foot, and watch him get his shoulder down lower than his defender's shoulder. That is so that he can get position, angle, and of course speed over top of his defender. He then takes one dribble and two very long steps. He's able to finish at the rim. He gets fouled in my opinion, but he's able to finish, and he finishes with, guess what? His right hand. which is very important. You need to be able to finish with both hands around the basket. And if you're playing the high post, which a lot of centers these days may be doing, or even if you're on my team and you're watching this video, the teams that I coach, and you're the center and you're standing out on the 3-point line, guess what? That's really not that much farther. It's literally a foot farther than where Kai Sotto is right now. He gets that pass in the high post. He does a quick jab fake like this right there, just very subtle. That just enough to get that defender on his heels. And then he pulls up for a shot. He's got a nice high release. He's not afraid of getting blocked, even though that's another 7-footer who's guarding him. And you need to be confident. You need to pull those guys out closer to you if they're not guarding you, so that next time you come down, you can drive right by him and dunk on him. And let's not forget that Kai Sotto is actually a very good passer. And of course, this was a very good cut by his teammate. But if we start looking at Kai Sotto as a passing option, I really like to look at him as a mix between like a Marc Gasol and a Kristaps Porzingis, where Kristaps able to attack the rim very easily while Marc Gasol is a very good point passer. And we can see that his teammate is actually very smart, because this guy, this defender, is overplaying him hard. So his teammate's able to slightly push him off now. At the youth level, you may get called a 4 foul on this, but generally not. And you can cut to that rim, and if you can get passes through, bounce passes through, then of course you're going to be able to get your teammates some easy baskets. And if you can pass like that, fantastic job, Kai Sotto. You're going to be a very good center. So is Kai Sotto an NBA talent? I personally believe so. He's a 19-year-old professional basketball player. He skipped the college route. He's playing against other pros. I personally believe that he could be an impact player even in his first year in the NBA. We've seen Josh Giddey, we've seen LaMelo Ball go the exact same route as Kai Sotto. He's going to be an NBA player. Whether it's this year or next year, he will be an NBA player. If he waits next year, I think he could be a first-round pick. If he goes this year, he could be a late first round, maybe early to mid second round pick. But we have to remember that Jokic went that same exact route and went later on in the draft. And Jokic is now an MVP in the NBA. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.